Port Coquitlam was incorporated on March 7, 1913 by a group of a little more than 1,000 citizens who had big dreams for a little city in the middle of nowhere. Canadian Pacific Railway had decided to set up a large rail yard here due to the flat terrain. Combined with the proximity to a major river, our forefathers believed that Port Coquitlam would soon become a big, booming industrial city. And it needed a city hall to match these ambitious goals. Completed in 1914 on an empty field far from the original downtown on Kingsway, Port Coquitlam City Hall was built for a city many times its size. Over the years, it has housed the police, a jail, and a library. It was not until 1988 that Port Coquitlam finally outgrew its iconic City Hall and built an addition. Visitors to today's City Hall, with its modern civic offices on the main floor, to the council chambers on the third floor, are often surprised to learn that this is Port Coquitlam's first heritage building. Today, it's the oldest functioning City Hall in Metro Vancouver. On the occasion of the City Hall's centennial, PoCo Heritage presents the following video looking at this building that is a testament to our forefathers and foremothers with big dreams.
Hello, my name is Brian Ness.
And I'm Karen Fusen.
And we're from the Port Coquitlam Heritage Society, and we're here today to take a tour of City Hall, which turns 100 years old this year. It was designed by architects Parr, Mackenzie, and Day, and built by local contractor Charles Davies, who incidentally was later a mayor of Port Coquitlam from 1947 until 1955. Okay, originally City Hall was located on Dooney Trunk Road at Kelly's Hall up until after 1913, and then after that it was decided that the new city of Port Coquitlam, would need a larger, bigger venue to become the industrial city that we were proposed to become. So the decision was made to build out here on Shaughnessy Street. As a matter of fact, if you go back to the inauguration day of April 18th, 1913, there was a banquet was held at the Commercial Hotel, which was a men's only affair, and it was only later on that the women came later on to the inaugural ball, which was held at the old Aggie Hall.
Our council of the time was very forward-thinking. The hall was built for a population of 25,000 people, which didn't come until much later. During these hard financial times, the third floor of City Hall was not utilized for 52 years after its build. Council functioned out of a small room in the back with a potbelly stove. And interestingly enough, during the minutes of an early council meeting, they discussed the budget for the City Hall that we now stand in. They allowed $20,000 for the building of the hall, and they forgot to include the price of the land, which took another year to figure out. So I do believe this was the delay in the hall being built in 1914 instead of 1913. So the land itself was $2,000. They purchased 2 lots, so that was $4,000. The actual cost of City Hall was $19,000. This building is now, the heritage portion of it, is one of our premier heritage buildings in Port Coquitlam. In 1988, when we celebrated our Diamond Jubilee, the architects modernized and extended the portion of City Hall on this side. But on the heritage side, they wanted to keep its heritage character. This building is designated, which means it can never be torn down. It still has our coat of arms above the original entrance to City Hall. Our slogan of that day was, "By commerce and industry we prosper," because after all, we were going to be the next Pittsburgh.
On the third floor here of City Hall, you'll find a seam in the brickwork behind us here, which separates the old and the new City Hall. The new City Hall, which was a 1986 renovation, which was completed in 1988 by Toby, Russell, and Buckwell architects. And actually, I think they did a pretty good job. You really can't tell the difference between the old part of City Hall and the new structure from the outside. And these council chambers were used in September 1980 for Port Coquitlam hometown hero Terry Fox when he received his Order of Canada from then Lieutenant Governor Ed Schreier in a ceremony held here on the third floor of City Hall. I hope you've enjoyed our tour around Port Coquitlam City Hall and have learned a little bit about our city's history.
And enjoy the party.